Hi Flosstube, this is Veronica with Night Stitch, and this is my July 2025 summary. Hey everybody, so this summary is coming in the middle of August, which is late, but it's just late because of what I planned to do every time I did a summary, which was to do it at the beginning of the month, but things got busy and I don't know. I don't have a reason really. I just didn't do it until now, but we're gonna do it now, so here we go. So the first thing I worked on in July is Castle Homecoming Club, and this is by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I'm using Eucalyptus Showers by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. I'm working this 2/2 with DMC and Classic Colorworks, and I'm looking down at my computer screen for a minute to try to find the stats. And I'm also using some alpaca floss, which is like this fuzzy floss. It's like whisper floss, if you know what that is. And I used some DMC Diamant, which is metallic gold. And there I found my stats. I did the faces of the people 1/1 full cross, and this is what it looks like. So I worked on this for one day in July and I put in 120 stitches. And I worked mainly in the bricks next to the dragon on the left-hand side. Left-hand side when I flip it around and look at it and I'm working on it, but it might be right-hand side on the screen when I'm showing you. There's the back, but that would be the left-hand side when I'm looking at it. Okay. I don't need to get that technical, but that is the Castle Homecoming. It's at 30.79% now, and it has 8,513 stitches in it. Alright, next I have Doreen Jones Advent Calendar. This one is day 15, and I'm doing it on This Is My Jam by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. I am doing this. I'm doing this 2/2 with DMC. And I just have this border here. I worked on this for one day in July and I put in 55 stitches. So it's at 5.0% done, and it has 1,045 stitches left. I estimated it to have 1,100 stitches in it. It may have more or less. And it's 44 high by 25 wide. And I forgot to tell you how big Castle Homecoming was. It's 144 high by 192 wide. And it has 27,648 stitches total. This next one is Doreen Jones Christmas Advent Calendar Day 14. This is 44 high. I'm doing this on Frosty Mint. Frosty Mint 32 count Lugana. It's by Fiberlicious. It's this one here. It's 44 high by 25 wide, has 1,100 stitches in it. I worked on it for 2 days in July and I put in 775 stitches. It's at 856 stitches done, and it has 77.82%, and I think it's actually got 4 stitches down here that need to be done, so the percentage is much higher, and it does not really have 244 stitches left. I think it only has 4. But I ran out of this green and I have since bought it, but I haven't stitched in those 4 stitches yet. So this one is Courage. This is designed by me. I have it on my Etsy shop, Patriotic Stitcher. And I'm doing it on Cafe Misto by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. This is 47 high by 104 wide. It has 4,888 stitches in it total. I worked on it for 1 day in July and I put in 256 stitches. So now it has 2,373 stitches in it. It's at 48.55% done and it has 2,515 stitches left. This is Group Therapy. This is by Dimensions. I'm using Veil of the Night fabric by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And I'm using the kit floss, so it's Dimensions floss, and I'm doing it 2/2. And it's 70 high by 98 wide. It has 6,860 stitches total. I worked on it for 3 days in July and I put in 534 stitches. So now it has 1,469 stitches in it. It's at 21.41% and it has 5,391 stitches left. This is CSI by Clouds Factory. I'm using Waiting for You by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. And this is 75 high by 95 wide. It has 7,125 stitches total. I worked on it for 2 days in July and I put in 307 stitches. Right now it's finished, but in July it had 2,606 stitches in it and it was at 36.58%. And it had 4,519 stitches left. But I finished that in August. I'm wondering if for this projects that I don't know the actual stitch counts for, because I just estimated, if I should just write down the number of stitches that I stitched and instead of like the estimated total, because it's not accurate anyway. I don't know, just thinking out loud like I do. So this is another one that I finished in August. This is Dad Car number 19. It's 40 high by 50 wide. In July I worked on it for 2 days and I put in 171 stitches. So in July it had 678 stitches in it. And right now it's done because I finished it in August. Oh, and the fabric was Naiad by Under the Sea Fabrics. And it was 32 count Lugana. This one is Do or Do Not. This is done on Poseidon's Cave by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lugana. This is 201 high by 138 wide. I worked on it for 1 day in July and I put in 84 stitches. So now it has 5,272 stitches in it. I think for now, for the ones that are not full coverage, I'm gonna start leaving out the percentage and the stitch count left because it's not accurate. And I don't know why that makes me so, like, I don't think it makes me nervous or paranoid, but it kind of just, I don't like it that it's not accurate. It's just a me thing, I guess. This next pattern is out of the World of Cross Stitching magazine with this cover, because there's no issue number. It's this pattern here. I'm calling it Dress and Purse because it doesn't have a name. I'm using Midnight Splendor by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lagana. And that is what it looks like. It's 40 high by 40 wide, and I worked on it for 2 days in July, and I put in 100 stitches, and in July it had 200 stitches. So I've worked on this in August a little bit, so it has more than that now. This is Driving Sampler. This is Little Icons by Cheryl McKinnon, and I charted it into one big piece, and I'm using Lavender Mist by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lagana. And I have this so far. I worked on it in August as well. So it's 150 high by 100 wide. And in July I worked on it for 3 days, and I put in 428 stitches. So that's how many it had in July, but it currently has more. This one is out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas 2024 edition Fakey Pud Jumper. I've worked on this quite a bit. Every week it seems. This is the fabric I'm using. It's Artiste 18 count Aida. And that's what I have. It's 57 high by 76 wide. In July I worked on it for 4 days. I put in 349 stitches. So now it has 952 stitches in its, 952 stitches. This one is Halloween Pumpkins. This is by Peacock and Fig. I'm using Persephone by Fiberlicious. It's 28 count Opal Lagana. And it's 90 high by 70 wide. I worked on it for 1 day in July, and I put in 102 stitches. So now it has 377 stitches in it. This one is out of this Just Cross Stitch Christmas 2024 magazine. It's Hello Snow. I'm using Garden of Dream fabric by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lagana. And it's 63 high by 63 wide. In July I worked on it for 4 days, and I put in 102. I put in 363 stitches in July. So now it has 805 stitches in it. This one is also out of this Christmas magazine. And it is Jingle Bells by Pickle Barrel Designs. I'm using Queen Crepe Myrtle by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lagana. This is 75 high by 73 wide. I worked on it for 1 day in July, and I put in 73 stitches. So now it has 290 stitches in it. This one is the Orange Lamborghini by Stitch Cross GB on Etsy. I'm using Willow Ash fabric by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lagana. And this is 100 high by 136 wide. I worked on it for 8 days in July, and I put in 1,327 stitches. So in July it had 1,998 stitches. I've worked on it a little bit this month, so it has more. This one is Mucha inspired Pocahontas. I'm using Maldivian Dreams by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And this is what I have. It's 321 high by 195 wide. I worked on it for 2 days in July. I put in 319 stitches, so now it has 4,666 stitches in it. This one is Museum Shelf. This is a Heaven and Earth design, and it is artwork by Amy Stewart. This is Wicked Night Lugana by Zweigart. It's 25 count. And I'm doing this 2/1 full cross. I can't see you. This is 536 high by 750 wide. I'm going to do this so I don't have to hold it as high. This is 402,000 stitches total. I worked on it for 6 days in July and I put in 650 stitches. So now it has 2,557 stitches. It's at 0.64% and it has 399,443 stitches left, which is exciting. I got down under 400,000 stitches left. This one is My Savior's Words by Imaginating, and it's designed by Connie Abel. I'm using Memories in the Rain by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. This is 138 high by 179 wide. I worked on it for 1 day in July and I put in 139 stitches. So now it has 6,036 stitches in it. This one is Polygonal Batman. I'm using Storm by Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. This is 162 high by 136 wide. I worked on it for 4 days in July and I put in 800 stitches. So now it has 7,029 stitches in it. This one is out of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas 2024. It is 'Tis the Season. I'm using Peach in My Heart by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. This is 90 high by 75 wide. I worked on it for 1 day in July and I put in 60 stitches. So now it has 559 stitches in it. This one is Skyline Temperature Chart by Zara Design Studio. I'm using Molten Magic by Fiberlicious. It's 32 count Lugana. And this is 205 high by 205 wide. I worked on it for 2 days in July and I put in 400 stitches. So now it has 4,137 stitches in it. This one is Toothless and Light Fury. This is by Cross Stitch Knitta on Etsy. I'm using 32 count Joblin. It's called Moonstone and it's by Color and Cotton. This is 248 high by 275 wide. It has 68,200 stitches total. I worked on it for 4 days in July and I put in 553 stitches. So now it has 4,314 stitches in it. It's at 6.33% done and it has 63,886 stitches left. And the last thing I worked on in July, Town Square by Mill Hill. I'm using the 14 count perforated paper and checking to make sure if it's right side up. 72 high by 72 wide. I worked on it for 1 day in July. I put in 174 stitches, so now it has 590 stitches in it. Okay, that is everything I worked on in July. So thank you everybody for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!